Hi, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot, and today we are going to be doing a little bit more book chat. And I want to talk to you about The Woman in White. This is a book by Wilkie Collins, and it was published in 1859. It's quite a long book. It is 574 pages long. But what's nice about this book is that it is a sensation novel. So it's going to really keep you entertained and really keep you intrigued. Because in this book, you're never really sure who is who and what is what. And that's the wonderful thing about Wilkie Collins, is he tends to write that kind of mystery sensation novel. It's kind of a mixture of great romance, drama, and the supernatural. I really thought, now here's a bit of a spoiler for you, so if you don't want to know about this, block your ears, but I honestly thought this was a ghost story when I first got this book. I thought, okay, cool, it's a ghost story. It's not a ghost story. It is very much a whodunit and a why did they do it book. Now, the nice thing about this book is that I'm not going to talk about the plot at all, because it's such a complicated and such a clever plot that if I speak about it, I'm going to give the game away. But I can tell you that the book is written in a very interesting way. It is written from the perspective of many different people. So each person that had a hand in or had a part to play in the actual story narrates their part. So it's almost like being in a court of law where a witness is called up. Each time they call a witness up, the witness tells their version of the story from their perspective. Now, it's not at all boring, because every time you get a perspective from a different character, you are fed more and more information. So you're given the clues by each person who narrates. It makes for fascinating reading, because what happens is when you're reading a part, you say to yourself, oh, okay, I know what happened there. And then at the end of that particular bit, boom, the rug is pulled right out from under you, and you think to yourself, oh my God, no, I was wrong. Every time this happens a few times in the book. Now, I can tell you that although it's called The Woman in White, the woman in white doesn't really play a huge role in this book. She is there in the beginning, and then she disappears for a lot of the book. A lot of the book is not about her, and then she kind of reappears near the end of the book. But without her as a character, there would not be the final twist to this book. Because without the woman in white, the baddies could never have done what they did. Okay, so she is definitely very much needed, although she doesn't appear very much in the book. She's not a ghost, she's an actual person, and her character is probably one of the stronger characters. Even though she doesn't appear a lot in the book, her character is one of the stronger characters in the book. Now, I can tell you that the woman in white is not our main female lead in this book. She's not our heroine. The female lead in this book is probably one of the most wishy-washy people you would ever want to read about. She faints, she screams, she cries, she gets depressed, she doesn't really know her arse from her elbow. Our hero, Walter Hartwright, he's our hero. Why he falls in love with her, God only knows, because she is a simpering twit, okay, as far as I'm concerned. You might disagree with me, but in my mind, she's just a simpering twit. So that's the only thing I have about this novel. However, having said that, she needs to be a simpering twit for the twist to happen. Without her being a bit of a pain in the arse kind of character, the last half of the book will not be as strong as what it actually is. So I'm going to really highly recommend you read this book. Yes, it's long, but it's one of those books that you will not be able to put down. The English is very easy. It's not old medieval English, okay? It's not even terribly difficult Victorian English. The version I've got is the Great Writers Library Collection. It's a beautiful hardcover book with a lovely picture. And you can see that the actual size of the writing is not too bad, all right? It's not a difficult book to read. So Wilkie Collins, The Woman in White, sensation novel, not a ghost story, definitely worth having in your collection. And once you've read this, I know you're going to want to get a lot of his other stuff. I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.